Arthur Hayes just predicted an even bigger crash to the low 30Ks. I'll be going over his reasoning behind it and also at the end a meme coin he plans on loading up on during the dip, so stay tuned. This video is not financial advice, read disclaimers on the screen. Firstly, why do we care about what Arthur Hayes has to say? Well, he's worth $500 million US, and that's because he's been in the crypto space for a very long time. He's also been studying the macro world for even longer. And he was the owner of the BitMEX crypto exchange, which was the largest Bitcoin derivatives exchange back in 2019. Now, obviously, this doesn't mean he'll be 100% correct on his predictions, but in case you didn't know who he was, there you go. So firstly, the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and her simp cock towel boy US Federal Reserve Chairperson Jerome Powell oscillate between divisive action and vague talking points. And according to him, when they act, you best not fight them. But when they talk, watch out, because many market signals will point you down a path to short losses. Now, there's going to be a lot of macro talk in this video, but don't worry, because I will sum it up all in the end and explain to you exactly what his predictions are in a very, very nice, easy to understand manner. So basically, on November the 1st, the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen announced a major shift in the US's borrowing strategy. The Treasury would focus more on issuing Treasury bills with maturities under a year. And this strategy was aimed at attracting money from money market funds, effectively pulling funds away from the Federal Reserve's reverse repo program and injecting nearly $1 trillion in liquidity into the market. On top of that, the Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell in mid-December 2023 indicated a change in policy direction by discussing potential rate cuts in 2024. And this was a dramatic pivot from his previous stance of maintaining a tight monetary policy to control inflation. So just remind you, during the kind of recession we just had where inflation skyrocketed, to get inflation down, the US government can do something called cut interest rates. And yeah, this did basically get inflation down to about where it was before the whole COVID thing happened. So just to recap, Yellen actually acted by shifting her department's borrowing to T-bills, thus adding hundreds of billions of dollars into the market for liquidity. However, Jerome Powell just talked about cutting interest rates, which is a pretty bullish thing to do. He did not actually do that. However, after these announcements, the market rallied massively after November the 1st. I mean, early November is literally right here, the exact bottom of the market, and we are now sitting on new all-time highs for the S&P 500, and Bitcoin has also exploded massively. But here's where he starts to get bearish. So we saw Bitcoin recently sag from a high of $48,000 to below 40,000. And according to him, it suggests that the decline in Bitcoin's price reflects market concerns about the potential non-renewal of the Bank Term Funding Program. It's also known as the BTFP, and this was created in March 2023 to support American businesses and households by making additional funding available to depository institutions, aka banks, to assure the American public that if they did have money in American banks, it would not, completely disappear. They'd be fine. And all of this happened because of a major banking crisis. I'm sure you remember that from early 2023. Now, a bunch of people believe that the reason behind Bitcoin's recent dump is the outflows from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, or GBTC. However, according to Arthur, this argument is completely bogus. And this is because when you net the outflows from GBTC against the inflows into the newly listed spot Bitcoin ETFs, the result is actually a net inflow of $820 million US. So there has technically been more buying than selling, so this could not explain the dump. Now, he believes that the real reason behind this dump is due to the anticipation of the fact that the US government is trying to end the BTFP. And according to Arthur, without adequate rate cuts, because once again, Jerome Powell has not actually decreased rate cuts, even though he alluded to the fact that he would do, or other QE measures, this could actually lead to a mini financial crisis in the US economy. And only then will Jerome Powell actually start quantitative easing and decreasing interest rates. So he sees the entire market collapsing, then going back on an upwards trend after Jerome Powell finally cuts interest rates. On top of that, although inflation is over, it still happened and it's still affecting broke-ass Americans. And this could have political ramifications, potentially influencing the outcome of the upcoming US election with a tilt towards President Trump. And on top of that, all the drama going on in the Middle East could also lead to an uncomfortable spike in goods inflations just in time for these US elections. So let's get down to the numbers. In one of his last essays, he believed Bitcoin would dip before the BTFT renewal decision decision in March the 12th, but he didn't expect it to happen so soon. However, he still thinks Bitcoin will find a local bottom between 30,000 and 35,000 US dollars. However, after this mini financial crisis in March, he believes Bitcoin will front run everything and massively rise into rate cuts and money printing talk. And that's when he believes the real bull market will start. So a lot of you watching are degens, so this part is probably your favorite part of the video. What altcoin is he going to be buying on this dip? Well, I'll give you a clue. It is a meme coin on Solana. So if his base case comes to pass, once Bitcoin drops below 35,000 US dollars, he will start bottom fishing and he will load up on Solana and ticker symbol WIF. The first big meme coin on Solana was Bonk, but Dog with a Hat is, I believe, in second place right now. Now, the reason behind why he's buying WIF over Dog is that he believes that Bonk is the last cycle's doggy money, and if it ain't WIF Hat, it ain't shit. So he thinks because WIF is newer, it's more cooler, this will have, a bigger chance of fully bouncing back than Bonk, which has already exploded massively, everyone already knows about it, and could be finished with its cycle. Now, once again, nothing in this video is 100% certain. Arthur Hayes has gotten things wrong before, so don't treat this as a gospel. Once again, go out there, do your own research, come to your own conclusions, but let me know what you think about his predictions. Do you think we're dipping down to 30,000, 35,000? And what do you think about his altcoin pick to be buying up if we do get that dip? Like and subscribe if you appreciate these daily videos, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you haven't signed up to Bybit using my link below, please tell me why, because you are literally leaving 30,000 US dollars just sitting there. That's right, Bybit gives you 30k for signing up. If you click that link, it will take you to this page right here. You can see all the bonuses, how to claim them, you can sign up, and boom, you can use that 30k to invest into shitcoins. You can trade with it, you can farm airdrops with it. It is your 30k.